Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's been a couple of weeks since I made a video. This is just an update of the aftermath what happened at Apple Valley. Nothing too serious. I noticed I got a few minor things to attend to that I want to fix and just prep up for the next event. Apple Valley was definitely a trip, being on an actual track and trying to power control and just learning how to connect all the corners, shifting the car's weight around. Definitely was an eventful experience. So I definitely enjoyed it. It was super fun. Definitely can't wait for the next one, of course. But back to the car. Got some things I want to assess. I need tires. I definitely need 2 rear tires and 1 front tire. It looks like this one is balding or kind of getting damaged on the inside, so I might have some wear issues or just some alignment issues going on the passenger side of my car, the front half. This other one's looking pretty fine. It's kind of banged up a little bit, but I feel like I can get a few runs in here. This is just for the front tires anyway, so they don't see too much tire wear. As far as my back ones, I am still having some issues on my driver's side, burning up on the inside of my tires. As you can see, that's on the outside, it's going to be on the inside. I'm having issues there. Same thing on, honestly, just both sides. I have a camber adjustment on the rear. I don't have toe adjustment, so I got to figure that out also. Interior wise, nothing too bad. I did have some seat issues where my seat kept sliding back because I have sliders. The rails were failing. I honestly don't know why. I tried everything I could. The whole thing just busted apart, so I did my best to anchor it down. I actually just drilled through the seat, the bracket, and then another thing, and I actually just did 2 bolts on the back and then 2 bolts on the front and just anchored it down, and so this guy is not going anywhere, so that stuck. What else? I had some fuel cut issues that day. I'm gonna assume that I was just low on gas, and with me being low on gas, of course, the car is gonna cut out. But I'm also wondering if, because of me going sideways a lot, if ABS was having a play with that. So I did some research and I'm gonna attempt in disabling that today. So we're gonna see how that goes. I've seen people take out the yaw sensor, go inside their ECU, cut a wire, and then over here there's a plug that they removed. But there's a second option to like disregard all that, and that is coming over here. So that is actually gonna be that fuse right here. Watched the video. They said to cut the 2 left ones. Sorry, I'm trying to focus this. The 2 on this pink fuse, we're gonna be cutting off the 2 left fuses, not the bright one, because that's for ignition, but it's linked to ABS. So I'm gonna be cutting those. I do have another one of these laying around, so I'm not too worried about doing this little procedure. So I'm just gonna strip it away, and that should disable the whole ABS VDC issue. I do still have to remove the yaw sensor, just because if the car freaks out a little bit too much still, I think this still comes into play, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that also. So that yaw sensor is underneath that whole assembly. Super easy to come to. The car's already partially taken apart, so it's all just gonna pop out. I'm not really too worried about that. Another thing that happened at the track was my exhaust actually ripped off. It's right here. This whole thing ripped off when I was drifting, and I actually fell off the track. So right underneath where that flange is, right there, that's where it kind of like got taken away from, and the car of course just ripped off right there. Another thing, I thought I was having some brake issues, but it turns out that it's just this thing rubbing against my rotor, so that's that. nothing too bad. But other than that, it was a super cool event. I learned a lot. I learned what to do, what not to do, what I could do with the power I have, what I can't do with the power I have. It's a stock VQ35 DE motor. I'll be taking out this sensor. Gonna cut it out. This is a better route than having to cut a wire to the ECU. I'm just assuming it makes sense to me. So that's honestly what I want to do, since this is easier to get into. Worst case scenario, find another fuse, buy it online, replace it. It just makes more sense to me. But yeah, that's honestly it for this video, really. Probably gonna show you the process of it. I'm just gonna get into it now. I just gotta find something to cut that thing with. Alrighty, so now moment of truth. Let's see if this thing starts. Let me show you guys what I did. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this plastic cover away. So if you can see in there, I've already spliced or broke out those tabs here and here. Left the ignition alone because that's what's going to start the car. So those are already taken apart. I took apart my yaw sensor, which is sitting right there. This is what this thing looks like. It literally sits inside underneath the underneath your shifter where your cup holder is at. 350Z and G35. That's where this is located. So another thing, I got my exhaust back on this though. This initial start shouldn't be too loud. And honestly, I might need some gas because I don't remember the last time I filled this up. I haven't actually filled it up at all. Attempt number 2. I had some gas laying around and it was honestly 87, but I just threw it in there for just for now. Throw some octane booster in 91 minutes later. Nice. So I'm assuming that if I cut the wire to my ECU, it should remove those lights, but those are gonna have to stay on there because I deleted that ABS fuse and I took out my yaw sensor, so that's gonna throw that code. But we'll see what happens if I put a code reader on there, delete it, see if that does anything. If not, I'm okay with that. I'm not really tripping. It's not a daily car anyway, so it's cool. But yeah, I just didn't have gas in there. I already knew it was I might have some start issues because of that. But other than that, runs pretty normal. We didn't do any engine modifications. It's just safety regulation. So yeah, everything seemed pretty okay. Nothing too abnormal that I've noticed. Hardware issues, so this one's shaking, so that's annoying. It's not bad, but it is annoying. I've always had this issue. It's always been hanging down, so I can fix that later. ABS sensor got chewed or ripped off right there. This is the connector for it right here, and then this is the wire. I'll probably just rewire that later. That's honestly pretty close, so I'm gonna question on how I rewire that. So good luck to myself. What else? Brakes seems okay. Car seems pretty fine. I was running it for a little bit. It was on 87. It's running a little funky. I'll throw some 91 in when I can. Just gotta go to the gas station and fill it up. Engine wise seems pretty okay. Coolant's fine. I wasn't even having any overheating issues out there, so that was the greatest because it was pretty hot out there. But yeah, other than that, car seems pretty okay. So I think I might end that right here. see what else I gotta do next for some next upgrades before the next drift event, hopefully. Well, honestly, I'm just probably gonna go get tires and call it a day. I still got some stuff to learn and do on this thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Stay tuned for the next drift event, I guess. Bye.